You wake up Christmas morning and there's a brand new puppy under the tree. And actually that could happen any morning, right? But what's next? The trainers from the Zoom Room in Belmont stopped by the studio to give us some tips to help you and your new furry friend. Check it out. Zoe and Lala from Zoom Room join me now with, you brought a friend, Jetson.
Yes.
He's so adorable. How old is he?
5 months.
5 months. Okay, so he's in the early stages of training.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, so you spend a lot of time training dogs, but it's also about training the parents as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
First of all, before that puppy comes home, what should we do to get the home ready?
Set up an area, so puppies shouldn't have access to the entire house to begin with. That's how you get potty accidents. So maybe baby gates or a pen, and definitely a crate helps with training.
Mm-hmm.
So getting everything first is very, very helpful so that you're not kind of bombarded right when the puppy gets home.
And you want safe toys, and you're giving him a lot of treats, so safe treats, right?
Yes, yes. So toys, you want to look for things that are kind of soft. Puppies really like chewing because they don't have hands like babies do, so they really explore the world with their mouths. Our kind of example is anything that feels like your forearm, that kind of has that give, that squish is really good because they like things that are squishy to chew on.
Okay.
So squishy toys, puppies tend to like squeakers, they get very excited, but puppies also have puppy brain, meaning they get very bored very quickly. So having a variety of things is really important as well.
So you have to have a few because they'll get bored with that toy. It's kind of like kids in that way.
Yes, pretty much.
Puppy socialization, that's really important as well.
Yes.
Socialization is huge, especially early on. Between 8 and 16 weeks is where you want to get the majority of your socialization. Like 100 dogs and different people a day is, not a day, but in general is what you're looking for. The more the better. That can be hard because your puppies can't be out when they're not fully vaccinated, so obviously you want to keep them safe. So you have to find a facility like the Zoom Room where we have that safe environment where they can get that really key social interaction, see as much as they can. As early as they can.
And that's because they'll be comfortable with other dogs and maybe
Yeah,
people
so
as
it's to
well?
help them get comfortable. Their key socialization period, it's kind of when they're fearless between 8 and 16 weeks, and it really as soon as they turn 16 weeks, they start going through different fear periods. So things that they might have been 100% okay with are now terrifying to them.
Yeah, a good example is he's never seen a cement truck before. And when we were outside, he saw one, and instead of being, what is that? I want to check it out. He's over 16 weeks now, so instead it was immediate fear, I want to back up. So that's when it gets harder to train. Not impossible, but it's easier when they're little and a little bit less afraid.
And you work obviously a lot with dogs. Are some puppies harder to train than others, and is it just personality, or is that more
Lots
parents?
of things go into it. Parents are part of it, how much they work with their dogs, how much time they're spending with the dogs, but the age, the breed, and every dog just has its own personality. So there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Are you ever too young to start training, or you say start right away?
We start at 8 weeks. That's usually when puppies go home. They actually can't go home before that, so we say start as early as possible.
So Jetson's pretty young. He's a rescue from Mexico?
Rover's Retreat,
Yes.
yeah, Rover's Retreat.
Okay, so what kind of treats, or I mean, what kind of tricks have you taught him, if any?
He can do a sit, obviously.
Okay.
He can do a touch. I don't have it. Touch. Very nice.
He wants the treat.
Which is basically, yeah, we use it as a recall. When they touch your hand, that's teaching them to come back to you. He does a watch me, which is just getting the eye contact up. So watch me. Yes,
so
very good. That one's great if you want to take lots of pictures of your dog.
Yeah, he deserves a treat for that one. Are some tricks harder than others to teach? I mean,
Yes.
what's like the easiest? Is it sit?
The easiest, I'd say, is probably touch or their name, actually. An important thing is teaching dogs their name because when they come home to us, they don't actually know their name yet. So it's something that we have to introduce to them. So teaching them their name is actually very simple, and touch is really easy because all we're looking at for nose contact. But there are a bunch of different commands and tricks. Lured behaviors tend to be easier, so things like sitting down when you lure them into a position. Captured and shaped behaviors take a little bit longer, so captured behaviors would be like sneezing on command.
Sure.
Every time they sneeze, you mark and reward, and then shaped behaviors are things like bang or play dead, roll over. You have to teach them in different stages so that they learn the different ways.
I feel really bad because Jetson touched my hand just a short time ago. I didn't have a treat to give him. Poor little guy.
It's
He's looking for one. It's okay though.
He's in the process of slowly weaning off treats.
Oh, okay. How important is it for families and maybe soon to be puppy parents do a lot of research before they get the puppy? Because I think sometimes people get them home and say, this is a lot of work.
Yeah, so researching, making sure that you look up, schedules, because dogs really thrive on structure. So looking up potty schedules, feeding schedules, that's really important. And of course, if you're going for a more unique breed like a husky, you want to research the breed a lot because different breeds have different quirks.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for all of the information.
No
Happy
problem.
holidays to you and
Absolutely.
Jetson. Thank you so much. Thank you. Be sure to check out puppy training classes at the Zoom Room Indoor Dog Gym down in Belmont. Their website is zoomroom.com/Belmont. Coming up, a holiday show for the whole family, Tuck Everlasting, when Bay Area Focus returns in a moment.